Okay, take two. Let's get started. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get started on our backs. Oh, so we'll have our knees bent, soles of the feet together. Arms can be by your side, or if you want to have some cactus-shaped arms just coming out from the side here, elbows bent, you're more than welcome to do that as well. And just allow gravity to start pulling your knees down towards the ground softly. Begin to notice the breath, lengthening out the inhales and the exhales. Moving those breath rounds through your nose if you haven't already here. Fill up the chest and belly as you breathe here. Taking that full inhale in and the full exhale. Let go of any distractions from your day. Just focus on the breath. Throughout practice here today, it's your anchor point. Just notice where you feel the breath most as it's moving through your body. For these last few breath rounds here, as we start out, just bring all of your attention onto that one area where you feel the breath the most. Could be the nostrils, back of the throat, the chest or the belly, or anywhere in between. One last deep inhale in here. And through the mouth, we're going to exhale it out this time. Go ahead and open up our eyes. Push your knees in together here and pull both knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice big hug here. And then go ahead and let the feet down to the floor, keeping the knees bent. Grab your strap. Let the left leg go long, and then we're going to hook the ball mound of the right foot with the strap here. Starting to straighten that right leg out as you walk your hands up your strap. Try to keep the shoulder blades, at least the ends of them, touching the mat here. And keep the left toes engaged and drawing back towards your left shin. James, you're backwards, but that's okay. It's okay. It would have been fine. All right, nice deep inhale in here. And this time we're going to take the strap into our left hand and start to bring the leg across the body here. And your right arm can come to a cactus shape next to you. Roll onto that left hip. A little bit of bend in the knee is okay, but try to get that leg as straight as you can without fully locking it out. Keeping those left toes engaged and drawing back towards left shin. Breathing into that outside of the right hip. Oh. That's funny. Yeah. Mo, can you hit the top of that thing behind you. Yeah, go ahead and come out. We'll switch sides. That's just gonna keep doing that over and over. Just press and hold it for a second. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that's the next level. This is going great here today. This is definitely Mercury in retrograde yoga. Nothing's working. Surprise! All right, settle back in here. Making sure those shoulder blades are touching the ground below you. Straightening out that left leg and keeping those right toes engaged and drawing back towards the right shin. One more inhale in here. As you exhale, start to bring the left across the body down towards the floor next to your right hip. Trying to keep that leg as straight as you can without locking out the knee. You can bring your left arm out long next to you or in a cactus shape. Just breathe into that left hip, allowing it to soften and relax. Do one last deep inhale here, and as you exhale, go ahead and bend the left knee, coming back up to center with both knees up and off the floor. Place your hands behind your thighs and start to roll up and down the spine until you make your way to a seat, and then sweep your feet around, making your way to tabletop all fours. Spread the fingers out nice and wide here and start with some circles around the wrists. Nice and slow. Big or small circles, whichever you choose. We'll switch directions here. And then we'll make our way back to a neutral spine. On the next inhale, we'll drop our belly and lift our chin up as you broaden through the chest, come into cow. Exhale, roll down the spine, tucking the chin in, tucking the tailbone. Inhale, come back up through cow, dropping that belly, lifting the chin, shoulder blades together. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Couple more on your own breath rounds here. And we'll make our way back to a neutral position. And on the next inhale, we'll sweep our right arm up overhead, turning open to the right. Exhale, bring that right arm behind the left wrist, bringing the right shoulder to the mat and the right ear to the mat. You want to bring the left arm up overhead and come to a half bind, bending the elbow behind your back and tucking your left fingertips into your right pocket. You're more than welcome to do that as well. Your hands behind your back. On your next inhale, sweep it up overhead. Exhale, bring it back down to the mat. And on the next inhale, we'll press into that left hand, sweeping the right arm up overhead. Exhale, the right hand back down. Inhale the left arm up overhead. Exhale, we'll sweep it underneath that, or behind right wrist, left shoulder, left ear to the mat. If you want on this side, you can bring that right arm up overhead, bend it behind your back, and tuck the right fingers into the left pocket area. Keep with those nice long inhales and exhales through the nose. Your hands behind your back. On the next inhale, we'll sweep back up overhead, exhaling it down to the mat. And on the next inhale, everyone will press into that right hand, sweeping the left arm back up overhead. Make your way back to your tabletop on your exhale. We're gonna walk our hands to the front of the mat here. Maybe walk your knees back if you need to. We're gonna come to puppy pose here. So keep the hips over the knees. Place the outsides of the hands on the mat so that the palms are facing towards each other in front of you. Forehead is down on the mat, arms are long. You can keep the outsides of the hands on the mat here. If you want to bring the fingertips together, bringing the hands up over behind your head and toward the upper back. You can do that to get a little bit deeper of a stretch in the shoulder girdle. Press the elbows into the floor. One more deep inhale. As you exhale, we're going to bring the hands back down to the mat. Start to walk them back towards your knees as you bring your head up. We'll go through a cat-cow here. Inhaling to drop the belly, lift the chin, exhale, round the spine, tucking the chin. Make our way back to a neutral tabletop. And on the next inhale, left arm goes up, right leg goes back as the belly is toned. And exhale it down. Inhale, right arm up, left leg back, and exhale down. Left arm up, right leg back, and down. Inhaling the right arm up, left leg back. Nice work, everyone. One more time each side, and we'll hold. So inhale the left arm up, right leg back, and we'll hold for a breath round. Take a nice deep inhale, and exhale it down. Right arm up, left leg back, and hold, keeping that belly nice and toned, trying to lift the left leg up as high as you can go. After your next inhale, take an exhale to bring everything back down. Inhale, we're going to come through cow, dropping the belly, lifting the chin. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the knees, plank pose. Nice strong plank here, toning that belly, engaging the hamstrings, the glutes. Nice deep inhale in, and exhale, we're going to come to a downward facing dog. Inhaling right back to your plank pose. Exhaling to down dog. Inhale, we're coming back to plank pose. We're going to do some leg hovers in our plank pose here. So we'll take an inhale in. As you exhale, hover that right leg up off the ground a foot or two. Exhaling down. You take an inhale here, and as you exhale, hover that left leg off the ground. And hold. Exhale it down. Inhale that right leg up and hold. Exhaling down. Inhale the left leg up and hold. And exhale it down. Inhale, we're going to shift our weight forward. Exhale, lower halfway down, coming to a chaturanga and hold. Inhale, press back up to your plank. Exhale to your downward facing dog. On the next inhale, we're going to bend our knees, look to the front of the mat. And as you exhale, walk or float to meet your hands in a forward fold position. Halfway lifts coming on the inhale. Exhale, we're going to hinge and fold belly to thighs. Keep the left fingertips down. Inhale the right arm up overhead as you bend deep into the left leg, straightening the right leg. Exhaling down. Bend deep into the right leg as you turn open to the left now. And then exhale it down. Inhale the right arm up overhead, bending deep into the left leg. And exhale down. Inhale the left arm up overhead, bending deep into the right leg. And exhale it down. Half lift is on your inhale. Long spine. Exhale, hinge, and fold. Sweep the arms up overhead, and you're going to come all the way up to your tippy toes. And then exhale, keep on your tippy toes, arms down by your side. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And then exhale, bring the heels down and arms down. This works better for me. We're just doing great. Okay. All right. Now we're going to loosen some sun A's here. So inhale, we're going to sweep the arm up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift is on the inhale. Plant the hands, step or float back to your plank pose. Inhale, we're going to shift our way forward. Exhale, lower half or all the way. Inhaling to up dog. Down dog is on your exhale. Next inhale, we're going to bend our knees, look to the front of the mat. Exhale, step or float, meet your hands up in a forward fold. Half lifts on the inhale, shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold. Sweep those arms up overhead, coming all the way to your tippy toes. And then exhale to Tadasana, arms by your side. One more time through a sun A here, coming up to those tippy toes on the inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. Half lift is on your inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back to plank, moving through that vinyasa. Then come into down dog. A little bit different here from our down dog. We're gonna take our right hand and bring it back towards our left ankle here, turning open to the left or your calf here. So grab around your left calf, left ankle, whichever is available to you here. Then turn your torso open to the left as much as you can. We'll bring that right arm back down, switching sides, grab the right calf or ankle with your left hand, turning open to the left here, or sorry, right. And we'll bring that left hand back to the mat next to your right. Next inhale, bend your knees, look to the front of the mat. Exhale, step or float to meet your hands in a forward fold. Half lift is on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Sweep those arms up overhead, coming up to your tippy toes. And then exhale to Tadasana, arms by your side. All right. Moving on to a sun B. Inhaling the arms overhead. Exhale, we're coming to chair pose. Seat comes down and back behind you. Arms stay long. Gaze is just over the top of the mat here. Ground through the outside edges of your feet and try to curl the toes in to help you balance. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, maybe sink your seat just an inch or two further. One last deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to hinge and fold. Half lift is on the inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back to plank, moving through that vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward dog. Right foot goes up and back on your inhale. Exhale, we're going to scorpion our dog. Stacking the hips, bending that right knee. Inhale the right leg up and back behind you. Exhale it through to a low lunge. Plant your back foot at an angle and rise up to warrior one. Exhaling to settle those hips. Square the shoulders to the front of the mat. Make sure your right knee is tracking over that right ankle there. Looking good. One more deep inhale in. Exhale, we're gonna hinge over, frame your front foot, step back to plank, vinyasa. And we'll meet in down dog. Left foot goes up and back on the inhale. Exhale, we're gonna scorpion the dog, stacking those hips, bending the knee. Back up to three-legged dog. Inhale, exhaling through, low lunge. Back foot goes at an angle, rise up, warrior one on the other side. Square the shoulders to the front of the room. Press through the ball mound of your front foot and outside edge of the back foot. Engaging through that inner line. Nice deep inhale in. And as you exhale, we'll frame that front foot. Step back to plank, vinyasa, or down On your next inhale, we'll bend our knees, look to the front of the mat. Exhale, step or float to meet your hands. Forward fold. Half lift is on your inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Seat goes down and back behind you, arms overhead. Nice deep inhale in. Exhale, settle those hips, maybe just a tad more. Bring your arms up by your ears a little bit. There you go. Nice, everyone. One more deep inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll come to standing, arms by your side. Couple breath rounds here. Get yourself centered in again. All right. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift is on the inhale. Exhale, planting those hands. Step back or float back to the plank. Vinyasa or down dog. Inhale that right foot up and back behind you. Exhale, in it through to a low lunge. Back foot goes at an angle, rise up to your warrior one. Exhale, we're gonna open right up to a warrior two. Inhale, you're gonna reach forward as far as you can. Exhale, bring the shoulders back over the hips. Reach forward as far as you can again. Extended side angle on your exhale. Right forearm on top of right thigh. You can bring the right hand down to the floor if you want. And if you want to come to a bind, you can bring the right arm under the right leg and left arm behind the back, bending the elbow behind the back over the seat. Nice work. If you got the bind, go ahead and release. Then we're going to inhale back up to our warrior two, taking an exhale here. Sweep both arms up overhead, turning your torso to the front for your warrior one. Exhale, we're going to hinge and fly. Inhale back up to your warrior one. Exhale it, hinging and flying. Inhale back up. Exhale, hinge and fly and hold. And then bring the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers. Draw the hands away from the seat. Humble your warrior, coming down totally over that right leg or on the inside of the right leg. Go ahead and release your bind, frame your front foot, lifting your back heel up. Bring the left knee down to the mat, untuck the toes. Inhale, rise up to Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus your arms and back bend. Bring the arms up overhead, straightening the torso, hands to heart center. Taking an inhale in, exhale, turn open to your right, hooking the outside of your right knee with your left elbow. Press through your hands to help open up a little bit more to the right, getting deep into this rotation. One last deep inhale here. As you exhale, we'll come back to center. Frame your front foot, start to straighten that right leg. We're coming to half splits here. So feet goes over the left knee, straightening the right leg, right toes back towards the right shin. Fingertips can be framing that front shin, or if you even want to have them just on the front shin, that works too. Now we're going to grab the outside edge of our right foot with our left hand. And start to turn open to the right any amount that's available for here. So just start walking that hand back. And then maybe you bring it up to your hip. Maybe you bring it out long behind you here. One last deep inhale here. And as you exhale, we're going to bend into the right leg, placing the foot on the ground, frame that front foot. And then we're going to switch places, right foot, right hand. Come to our lizard pose. Taking an inhale to broaden through the chest. Exhale, lizard of choice. Forearms down to the mat if you want, or blocks. And you can roll onto the outside edge of that right foot. Bring our hands back under our shoulders here. Switch places, right foot, right hand. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, plank pose, move through a vinyasa. Inhale into shift forward. You know the drill. Nice work. Left leg goes up and back behind you on your next inhale. Exhale, we're gonna scorpion dog. Back up to three-legged dog on your inhale. Exhale through to a low lunge. Nice, your back foot at an angle. Rise up to warrior one. Exhale, we're opening right up to warrior two. Make sure your shoulders are stacked over your hips there. Pressing through the outside edge of that back foot. Ball mound to the front foot. Inhale, we'll reach forward as far as you can. Exhale, bring the shoulders back over the hips. Inhale, reach forward as far as you can, maybe a little bit further. And then back over the hips. Reaching forward as far as you can, and then we'll come to our extended side angle. Sweeping the right arm up overhead, stacking the shoulders. Left arm on left thigh, or you can bring the left hand on the inside of the right leg. If you want to come to your bind here, bring that left hand under the leg, bend your right arm behind your back, and find your fingers and clasp them together. Couple breath rounds here, nice and steady breaths. Go ahead and release your bind if you have it. On the next inhale, we're gonna rise back up to warrior two. Exhaling here, and then inhale, both arms up overhead in front of you. Warrior one, exhaling to flying warrior. Inhale the arms back up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fly. Inhale, arms back up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fly and hold. And then we'll bring the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers. Draw the hands away from the seat and humble your warrior. Folding over your left leg, or maybe even coming all the way on the inside of the left leg. Letting the head hang heavy, tucking the chin in. Deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, go ahead and release your hands. Come up onto your right toes as you frame your front foot. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, we'll rise up to Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus your arms, gaze overhead. Inhale the arms back up overhead. Exhale, we'll bend the arms. Again here. Inhaling the arms up overhead, hands to heart center. Take a nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, turn to the left and then hook the outside of your left knee with your right elbow. Keep pressing through the top of the back foot and then press the top hand into the bottom hand to help turn open more here. Nice work, everyone. Last deep inhale here. As you exhale, come to center. Frame your front shin and start to straighten the left leg, making any adjustments with the left leg you need to. Drawing the left toes back towards the left shin. Half splits on the other side. Hips over the knees, over the right knee. Possible to feel both knees right now. Nice work. Now we're going to grab the outside of the left foot with the right hand. Start to turn open to the left any amount. Start to walk your hand back, maybe bring your hand up to your hip. And then maybe you extend the left arm long behind you here. One last deep inhale. As you exhale, come back to center with your torso, bend into the left leg. Switch places with your left foot and left hand. Take an inhale to broaden through the chest. Exhale, you're coming to your lizard of choice. Forearms to the mat. You can keep the full sole of the foot on the mat. You can roll on the outside edge. You can do both. Start with the sole down and then roll out after a couple breaths. Your choice. Nice deep inhale in. Exhale, bring the hands back under the shoulders. Switch places, left foot, left hand, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step back to plank, vinyasa, or you can skip it and come to down dog. Inhale, we'll bend our knees, look to the front of the mat. And as you exhale, step or float to meet your hands in that forward fold. Halfway lift is coming on your inhale. Exhale, we're gonna fold. Now walk your feet to the outside edge of the mat here and keep the mat about a 45-degree angle. So your toes are right on the outside edge of the mat and your heels are a couple inches in. Bring your hands to heart center and start bending into your knees. Bringing your arms on the inside of your knees here, the triceps coming into Malasana. And we'll just rock back and forth here today. If you want to just stay centered too, you can do that. Your choice. Rocking feels good to me today. Rocking day. It's a weird day. I'm a weird mood. All right. So now you can stay in your Malasana. If you want to do a little bit of crow practice, bring your hands down to the mat, lift your seat up, come up onto your toes, bring the knees onto the triceps, and move your way into crow, leaning forward and bending deep into the elbows, curling the fingertips in to help give you a little bit of balance. Nice work. Nice. Nice, James. Good hold there. Nice. No. Robin's crushing it. Well done. You guys are being crow masters. I like it. Well done. All right, let's bring the feet back down, come into a forward fold. Halfway lift is going to come on your inhale. Exhale and fold. Sweep the arms up overhead. Then exhale to your hands to heart center. We're coming right into a chair pose. Seat comes down and back behind you. And lengthen through the spine. Really try to drive your tailbone down towards the back of the mat. Kind of tuck it in just a little bit. So tuck the tailbone kind of down like that a little. There you go. Yeah, you kind of got it. Keep your back kind of like nice and straight, and then you're going to try to like tuck this part down a little bit. It's very, not like down, but like rotate it in. There you go. That was it. Yeah. And so you're kind of just driving that tailbone towards the back of the mat there. Nice. Nice deep inhale in. As you exhale, we're going to open up to the right, hooking the outside of our right knee with our left elbow. Okay, keep the knees right next to each other here. We'll come back to center on the inhale and exhale. Keep it going. We're going to the left side. Nice work. Got a long hold and chair here. You guys are doing great. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale, you'll come to a fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, we're going to plant the hands, step or float back to plank. Move through your vinyasa. Or you can skip it always and come to your down dog. On the next inhale, right foot goes up and back behind you. Exhale, we're going to scorpion the dog. Maybe you come all the way to a wild thing, flipping yourself over, bringing the right toes to the ground, reaching over to the right with your hand. On your next inhale, press into your right foot, kick yourself back up to a three-leg dog. Exhale it through to a low lunge. Plant your back foot at an angle, rise up to warrior one, and settle the hips on your exhale. Deep inhale in here. As you exhale, you're going to pop your back foot in about a third of the way as you straighten your right leg. Take your hands to your hips here. We're going to square our hips and our shoulders to the front of the mat here. We're going to take a nice deep inhale in. Exhale, start to hinge forward, keeping the spine nice and long here. Come about a quarter of the way. Inhale, back up. And then we're gonna come just over about 45 degrees, if that's available. Just go as far as you can if you can't quite that far. Inhale, we'll rise up. And this time as you exhale, we're gonna press through the ball onto the front foot, the outside edge of the back foot. And you're gonna hinge forward as far as you can go, keeping the spine nice and long. You should feel this all down the back line of that right leg. This is Parsvottanasana, loosely translates to intense hamstring stretch or something like that. Nice work, everyone. One more deep inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands to your sides in that flying position. And we're gonna kick up into a warrior three here. So bend slightly into your right leg. Take an inhale in and kick off with those left toes, coming right into your warrior three. Woo. Hold here for a couple breath rounds. Nice deep inhale in, and then exhale, we're coming to splits. Hold over that leg, the head hang heavy. And look back towards your left toes. Start to bend the right knee as you bring the toes down to the ground. Planting that back foot at an angle, rise back up to a warrior one. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Inhale, reach as far forward as you can, straighten the right leg. Exhale, we're coming to triangle pose. So hand comes down to the shin or maybe to the inside of the leg. Stack the shoulders up here, nice work. And then try to actively rotate that back leg kind of out so that the hip goes up and back. Nice work. On the next inhale, we're gonna rise back up to warrior two, bending the knee. Inhale, reach forward as far as you can. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Sweep the arms around, framing your front foot. Step back to plank vinyasa, or you can always skip it and come to down dog. Inhale, the left foot up and back behind you. Exhale, we'll scorpion the dog. If you want to come to your wild thing, keep rotating around, bringing those left toes to the ground on the outside of the mat. Sweep the left arm up overhead, reaching behind you. Come back to your three-legged dog, wherever you're at, and exhale it through to a low lunge. Back foot goes at an angle. Inhale, rise up to warrior one. And exhale here. And then now we're going to step our back foot forward about a third of the way. Straighten your left leg. And then we're going to square our shoulders and our hips up to the front of the mat, bringing the hands to the hips. So press through the ball mound of that front foot here. Take a nice deep inhale in. Exhale, we're going to hinge forward about a quarter of the way, 45 degrees. Maybe a little less. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, hinge and come a little bit further this time. Inhale, we'll rise back up. And now this time you're going to try to hinge forward as far as you can, keeping the spine nice and long here. We'll hold here for a few breath rounds. I'll come around. Go. Yep, you're good, Mo. Actually, you're good. Go. Nice work. So we're hinged over here. And now we're going to bring our arms to our flying position. And again, we're going to kick off into this warrior three. So bend slightly into the left leg. Kick off with your right toes, coming right into that warrior three. Nice work, everybody. Holding here. Couple breath rounds, really lift that back leg up as high as you can go. Don't forget about it. One last deep inhale, exhale, come to your standing splits. Hinging over that left leg. Look back at your right toes and start to bend into the left leg, bringing the right toes down to the mat. Plant them at an angle, and inhale, we're gonna rise up to our warrior one. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Inhale, reach forward as far as you can as you straighten that left leg and come to your triangle pose. Bringing the right arm up overhead, stacking the hips. And if you feel like your right hip is kind of collapsing in towards that right side of the mat, really try to lift that hip up, opening up to the right at the hip area and trying to roll it back behind you. We'll hold here for a couple breath rounds. You can roll the hip back a little bit. There you go. Try to keep your shoulders like kind of square there. Nice one. Thanks, Robin. Nice. Good looking triangles there. On the next inhale, we'll bend our knee, coming back up to a warrior two. Inhale, reach forward as far as you can. Exhale, we're gonna reverse our warrior. Hand comes down to the right leg. Our left arm overhead. Cartwheel your arms around, straighten that front foot. Step back to your plank pose, and then move through vinyasa, or you can always skip it and come to your down dog. On the next inhale, we're gonna bend our knees, look to the front of that. Exhale, step or float to meet your hands, forward fold. Halfway lift is on the inhale, exhale, fold. Sweep the arms up overhead on the next inhale, coming all the way to your tippy toes. And exhale to Tadasana, arms by your side. All right, one more little flow here. Inhale into the lift, and up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, hinge and fold. Half lift on the inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back to plank, moving through vinyasa, or you can skip it, and you can come to down dog. Inhale that right foot up and back behind you. Exhale, we'll scorpion, wild thing if you want. Come back to your three-legged dog, and then exhale through to a low lunge. Back foot at an angle, rise up to warrior one. Exhale, we're gonna open up to warrior two. Inhale, reach forward as far as you can as you straighten that right leg. Exhale, triangle pose. So the next two things that we're gonna do, we're gonna revolve our triangle, which is a fairly simple thing to do here. And then from there, if you wanna go a little bit further, we're gonna come into revolve half. So you'll kick off with your back toes, kind of like we did coming from the intense leg stretch one that we did, kind of kicking off and bending slightly in the front knee. So we'll start by coming into our revolved triangle. So go ahead and turn your torso towards the mat, bringing the left hand down. Your left fingertips come down to the mat, and then open up to the right, bringing the right arm up overhead. And now you can stay here, or if you want to come into that revolved half moon, bend slightly into the right leg, kick off with your left toes as you walk your left hand up in front of you, keeping turned open to the right, and become light on your left fingertips if you can. Woo. Nice work. One last deep inhale here. Holding, holding, holding. Exhale, turn your torso down, bring your left foot to meet the right, forward fold. Halfway lift is on your inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step or foot back to plank. Moving through your vinyasa, or you can come to down dog. Left foot goes up and back behind you on your inhale. Exhale to scorpion the dog, or come all the way to your wild thing. Come back to your three-legged dog on your inhale, exhaling through to a low lunge. Back foot goes at an angle, rise up to warrior one. Exhale, open up to your warrior two. Reach forward as far as you can on your inhale as you straighten your left leg. Triangle on the other side. Couple breaths in triangle, doing the same thing. So we'll revolve this first, and then we'll make our way to revolved half moon if that is what you wish to join us in. You can always stay in the revolved triangle. So then take a nice deep inhale in, and as you exhale, we're going to turn our torso down towards the mat, bringing the right fingertips to the mat, and then turn open to the left here. Revolved triangle, keeping the spine nice and long here. And now you can stay in your revolved triangle, or you can bend slightly into that left leg, come into revolved half moon, kick off with your right toes, walk your right fingertips under your right shoulder. Keep that right leg nice and straight and kicking out as you open up to the left here, and then try to become light on your right fingertips. Nice work. Those are all doing great. Nice deep breath in, holding, holding, holding. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bring the right foot to meet the left. Forward fold, plant your hands, knees to the outside of the mat. Tuck the back toes, child's pose. Bringing the focus and attention back to your breath again. Nice long inhales and exhales, filling up the chest and the belly. Be here for a few breath rounds. Can you bring your seat back at all more? See how this feels. All right.
Yeah. You like have
that. Gotcha. Damn porch. Nice. We got a little further down there though. Good. The next inhale, we'll pull with our hands, bringing our seat and our torso up. Bring your seat down to the mat. Sweep those feet. Actually, no, we're just gonna stay in our tabletop. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knees. Forward facing dog. Inhale the right foot up and back behind you. Exhale to half pigeon, right knee behind right wrist. Left, or right knee, or right ankle behind left wrist. And we're gonna broaden through the chest here. And then hinge and fold over as much as is comfortable for you. We'll be here for a while, so just make yourself comfortable. Bring your focus and attention back to the breath. Your hands under the shoulders. Bring the torso back up. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step back to a down dog and pedal out in between sides if you want to. On the next inhale, lift the back leg up and back behind you. Exhale to half pigeon on the other side. Take an inhale to broaden through the chest, and as you exhale, we'll hinge and fold over as much as is comfortable for you. Bring the hands back under the shoulders. Pressing the torso up. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee. Downward facing dog. Now bring our knees down to the mat. Now we'll sweep our feet around and make our way to our backs with our knees bent, soles of the feet on the ground. Elbows bent right next to your ribs with the fingertips facing the sky. Couple bridge poses here, rolling up the spine. So start with an inhale to lift the tailbone up and roll up your spine. Trying to move one vertebrae at a time. Press through the feet and the tops of the shoulders once you get to the top. And take your entire exhale to roll back down. Tailbone touching last. We'll roll back up the spine again here one more time on your inhale. And then exhale, we'll roll back down the spine. And now we'll come into either wheel or bridge and we'll hold. Coming into bridge, just do what we did and place your hands underneath your seat if you want to and releasing the fingers. If you're coming to wheel, place your hands above your shoulders with fingertips facing in towards your shoulders. Take an inhale in, and as you press into everything, pushing up, pushing the hips and the belly up towards the sky. One more deep inhale, and then slowly bend into the elbows, bringing the top of the back down first, and then roll down the spine. Pull both knees into your chest, take any final little movements here that you might want to before we make our way to our final resting pose of Shavasana. Legs are out long, arms are by your side. Let your eyes soften and shut. Everything relax into the mat below you. Let your forehead relax. The space around your eyes soften and shut. Or soften. Just relax, letting the tongue fall away through the mouth, allowing the jawbone to settle there. notice the breath again. And bring some small movements back to the body. We're going out the fingers and toes. Rolling out the wrists and ankles. And stretch your arms off above your head. And stretch all the way from your fingers to your toes. And bend one knee at a time and roll off onto your favorite side, making a pillow with your bottom arm. And take a nice deep inhale in here together. Through the mouth, let it all go. One more time like that. Nice deep inhale in through the nose. Lion's breath through the mouth, let it go. And when you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seat. Once you've arrived here, just take a moment to notice how you feel. Notice any changes to the body or the mind. And take a moment of appreciation for your time spent on the mat this evening. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you all for showing up this beautiful evening. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week and night. And also thanks for bearing with all the technical difficulties and talking difficulties I was having. We made it through. Funny stuff.